Assalamu alaikum dear students. So today we will see the first exercise in AutoCAD. So before that we will see some basic principles regarding the angles. Okay. So first of all we will see the coordinate axis. So now this line represent x-axis. Okay. This is the x-axis and this line represent y-axis. So all of us know that here the angle will be 0 here, starting from 0. So here the angle will be 90 and here the angle is 180. Okay, so every time the angle is measured from this x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, from here to here it is 90 and from here to here it is 180, and starting from 0, if you go here it will be 270, and if you come back here, a total circle, okay, a complete circle will be 360 degrees. Okay, so now these four portions are named as quadrants: quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant, so this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. Okay, so now let's draw some angles for practice. Okay, so now the angle 65 lies in which quadrant? It lies in the first quadrant, because 65 is between 0 and 90. So 65, the angle 65 will be in the first quadrant. And what about this angle 135, 135? It is between 90 and 190. So it will be in the quadrant 2. Okay, so next 220, this lies in quadrant 3. Okay, so next 315, it lies in quadrant 4. So these are the some angles, these are some angles. Okay, so now let's see some principles regarding the angles. Okay, suppose here there are two parallel lines. Here this line and this line are parallel. Okay, these two horizontal lines are parallel. So now if a transverse line is drawn above them, yani here if a transverse line is intersecting these two lines, okay, this is a transverse line. Now there exists some similarity of angles. Okay, so the first similarity is here. So if this angle is 40, okay, here this angle is also 40. Okay, so this is the first similarity. You can remember this like this. Okay, so this is this shape. Okay, so if it forms a shape of Z, okay, this angle will be equal to this angle. Now the second similarity is here, this shape, this angle, if this is 140, okay, why this is 140? Because here this total angle is supplementary. Okay, so the angle between the, yani from this line here to here, okay, is complete 180 degrees. You can see here the angle here is 180, and if you want this angle, add 180 again, and 180 it will be 360. Okay, so in this direction also it is 180, this is also 180. Therefore, so if you remove 40 from 180, you will get this 140. Okay, this is supplementary, these two angles are supplementary. Okay, that means the complete will be, the sum will be 180. Okay, so now the second similarity is when this angle is 140, here this angle will be also 140. Okay, so this is the second similarity. You can remember this as this shape, starting from here, okay, like this. So this angle will be equal to this angle, 140, 140, whatever the angle, not only 140. Suppose if here it is 60, what will be the angle here? It will be 120. Okay, why? Because the sum must be supplementary, So that will be 120. If it is 120, it is also 120. Now the third similarity is the vertical angles are equal. Vertical means the opposite angles. Here if it is 40, this angle is also 40. Okay, and if it is 140, the vertical angle will be 140. And the opposite angles, the vertical angles are always equal, congruent. The vertical angles are congruent. So if this is 40, this is also 40, this is 140, this is also 140. Whatever the angle is, the vertical angles will be always equal. Okay, now so this is the third similarity, first, second, third. Remember this as first, second, third. Okay, this is the third one where the vertical angles are always equal. This is vertical, this is also vertical. Okay, so these are equal. So now let's go to the actual problem. So here this is the first exercise in AutoCAD. So now, so if you see here, AB, BC, CD, these are the lengths. The length AB is equal to 65.5, BC is 35, CD is 51, DE is 20, EF 32, FG and so on until JK. Okay, so here the angles are given. Okay, so now in the AutoCAD, every time we need to calculate the angle from x-axis. Okay, we need to calculate the angle from x-axis. So here on every point, at point A, B, C, at every point we need to draw these two axes, x-axis and y-axis. Okay, suppose at point A, so I draw two lines. This is like x-axis, this is y-axis. Okay, now in AutoCAD I need to calculate the angle from 0. Yani, where is 0 here? We need to start from positive x-axis. Yani, we need to start from here. So from here to here. What is the angle AB? The angle made by the line AB is how much? So you have to calculate from here. So it is already given 40. So this angle will be how much? 40. So now the angle A is already calculated. Now let's move to the point B. So now this is the point B. Here also I need to draw two lines. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Okay, now the x-axis, this is the y-axis. This is 0, 90, 180, 270 and again 360. Now according to the first similarity in the previous slide, as I have discussed it, so if this angle is 40, so now see the shape. That's why I asked you to remember the shape. So these are the two parallel lines. This is the first parallel line, this is the second parallel line, and this is a transverse line between these two parallel lines. So here exists the similarity of angles. If it is 40, here this angle from this red line to this black line, it will be also 40. Okay, this angle will be 40 also. Okay, according to the first similarity, this one 40, 40. Now if you see here, the angle from this line to this line is 85. From here to here it is 85. So what will be this angle? So if you subtract 40 from this angle, you will get this angle. So 85 minus 40. Okay, 85 minus 40 will be how much? 45. So this angle is 45. Okay, this angle is 45. So if you add these two, again you will get this total angle. 45 plus 40 will be 85. Okay, so now what is the angle made by line BC with the horizontal x-axis? The angle made by BC with the horizontal x-axis. Which angle we need? We need the angle from here to here. This angle we need. Okay, this is 0, 90, this is 180. We already know that this is 0, this is 90, this is 180. Okay, so but we don't need total 180. We only need from 0 to this part. Okay, so how to get it? So this total is 180 minus 45 will give you this angle. Okay, so 180 minus 45 will be how much? 135. So the angle made by line BC will be how much? 135. Okay, now the point B is also finished. So let's move to the point C. So here also we need to repeat the same thing. We have to draw two lines, horizontal line and vertical line, which are the x-axis and y-axis. Now again see here, this is the shape. This is the shape of Z, any first similarity, any these are two parallel lines, this is the transfer line, but in reverse direction. So now if this is 45, how much it will be? This will be also 45. Okay, according to the first similarity, here it is 45 because this is 45. So now which angle we need? The angle made by the line CD with the horizontal x-axis. Which angle we need? We need this angle from here to here. This is the positive x-axis. Okay, from positive x-axis to the line CD, what is the angle? We need to calculate. So now this total angle here is 120. This total is from this line to this line, it is 120, and from this black line here to this red line, it is 45. So what is remaining here? It will be 120 minus 45. The total 120 minus 45 will give you this. So how much it is? 120 minus 45 will be 75. So this angle is how much? 75. So I am representing the final angle made by the line in red color, so that to avoid the confusion. Okay, this is the final angle, A, angle B, angle C. Okay, now let's move to the point B. Let's move to the point D. Okay, here also we need to repeat the same steps, x-axis, y-axis. Now see here, so this angle is 75. Why? Because here this is again formation of Z according to the first similarity I have explained in the previous slide. So if this is 75, this will be also 75. Okay, if this is 75, this is also 75. Okay, according to the first similarity. Now I need this angle. How much it will be? According to the similarity 3, the vertical angles are always equal. So if this is 75, this red line and this black line, okay, the angle between these two will be how much? According to the third similarity, the vertical angles are always equal. So this is 75. Okay, this angle is 75. Now if you observe the figure, this total is 90 and this is 75. What is remaining here? This remaining angle will be how much? 90 minus 75 will give you this angle. Okay, 90 minus 75 is how much? 15. So here the angle is 15. Okay, now I need which angle? I need the angle DE made from horizontal x-axis in anti-clockwise direction, from here to here. I need starting from here to here. So as I have discussed in the previous slide, the total angle here is how much? 360 degrees. So if I need from this part to this line, from this line, this red line to this black line, so what should I do? I should remove 15 from the total. This is the 15. This is this portion is 15. This angle is 15. So I should remove 15 from the total 360 to get this angle. Okay, so 360 minus 15 will be how much? 45. 345. So this angle is 345. Here the angle is 345. Okay, so now let's move to the point E. Here also we have to repeat the same thing. Draw a x-axis, y-axis. Okay, now here also according to the similarity 1, this is 15. This is a reverse Z shape. There are two horizontal lines which are parallel. These two lines are parallel and this is the transverse line. So if this is 15, this is also 15. Okay, so here this part is also 15. Now this total is how much? 105. From this black line to this black line is 105. So if I need the angle from this red line to this black line, how much it will be? It will be 105 minus 15. it will be 105 minus 15. So how much it is? 90. So here the angle, this angle is 90. Okay, so 90 plus 15, if you sum it again, it will come 105. So this angle is how much? 90. Now which angle I need here? I need the angle EF. Okay, I need the angle EF, yani from this horizontal x-axis to this axis. So simply you can say it is 270. Still, if you follow the rule, here we need this angle. Okay, so it will be 180, and 0, 90, 180. 180 plus this angle. This angle is how much? 90. So 180 plus 90 will be 270. So here this angle is how much? At point E the angle is 270. 270. Now let's move to the point F. This is the point F. Here also we need to repeat the same thing. Draw a x-axis and y-axis. Okay. Now here this angle is how much? 90. So according to the first similarity, again, if this angle is 90, here this angle is also 90. This is 90. From this line to this line, it is 90. So this total is 109. This total is 109. So how much it is? This will be 109 minus 90. So that will be 19. What is remaining? 19. Okay. So at this point, point F, we need which angle? The angle made by the line FG with the horizontal x-axis in the counterclockwise direction. Okay, so that will be how much? From here to here. Okay, from this point to this point. So again the total angle is how much here? The total complete angle will be 360. 360 minus 19 will give you this angle. Okay, so 360 minus 19, how much? 341. So this angle will be 341. Okay, this angle will be 341. 341. Okay, so next let's go to the point G. Again draw two lines, x-axis, y-axis. Now see here, if you observe here, if this is 19, this is also 19. Okay, this is also the same shape, two parallel lines, one transfer line, and in the reverse Z shape. So if this is 19 here, it will be 19 here also. Okay, here it is 19, this portion. So it is given here that this total angle is 90 degrees. If this total angle is 90 degrees, how much this angle will be? This angle will be 90 minus 19. 90 minus 19. So this angle will be 71. Now again, if you add these two angles, you will get 90 degrees again. Okay, add these two, you will get 90. So now, so which angle you need? At this point, you need the angle made by GH with the horizontal x-axis. Yani this is the positive x-axis. This angle you need. So this angle is from here to here. This angle from 0 to this line GH. So now, according to the third similarity, that is the vertical angles are equal. Okay, if this is 71, this is also 71. So this angle will be how much? 71. According to the third similarity. Okay, see this black line and this red line. So these two angles are vertical. So vertical angles are congruent. Now let's move to the point H. At point H, okay, so let's see. So see here, this is the formation. These are two parallel lines and this is a transverse line. So now we need to calculate this angle. So here this is the x-axis and y-axis. Here the angle is 0, here the angle is 90. Okay, here the angle is 90. So this total is 90. From this part to this part it is 71. So what is remaining here? Again 19. Here the angle is 19. Okay, so if this is 19, this portion is also how much? 19. This portion is also 19. Okay, So if this is 19, this total angle is how much? 75. It is given this from this black line to this black line, it is 75. So if this portion is 19, what is the remaining portion here? The remaining portion will be 75 minus 19. It will be how much? 75 minus 19. It will be 56. So this portion here is 56. And again, if this is 56, this total is 90, and from this red line to this red line, it is how much? 90. So what is here? What is the angle here? It is 34. So the sum will be 90. Okay. Now at point H, what angle you need? You need the angle from the positive x-axis to the line HI. Okay, and you need this total angle here, from here to here. So it will be how much? 270, and 0, and you need this angle. See here, you need this angle. So this angle will be 0, 90, 180, 270. Here you have 270. 270 plus 56. The total is 326. You can calculate like this, or you can do minus. Yani the total 360 minus 34. It will be again 326. Either the way. Okay. So next, let's move to the point I. Again, here also you need to draw two lines, x-axis and y-axis. Okay, here you need to draw two lines, x-axis and y-axis. So here again, according to the first similarity, if this is 34, here this is also 34. Okay, this is 34, so this angle also 34. So now if this is 34, okay, this portion is 34, what is left over here? The total is given as 60. The total is 60 and this is 34. So the remaining portion will be 60 minus 34. So it will be 26. If you add these two, again you will get 60. Okay. Now at point I, which angle I need? I need the angle from positive x-axis to this line IJ. Okay, this line. So it will be from horizontal positive x-axis to the line IJ. So how to calculate this? This is 0, 90, this is 180. 180 plus 26 will give you this angle. 180 plus 26. It is how much? 206. So here it is 206. Now let's go to the point J. So at point J also I need to draw two lines. This is x-axis and y-axis. Okay. Now let's look for the similarity. Here exists the first similarity again. Here if this angle is 26, this angle is also 26. Okay, this angle is also 26. So if this is 26, if this total angle is 71, so what is the remaining angle here? It will be 71 minus 26. So this angle is how much? 71 minus 26. It will be 45. Okay, it will be 45. So this angle is 45. So at point J, which angle I need? I need the angle made from this positive x-axis to the line JK. It will be from this point to this point. So it will be 360 minus 45. This total is 360 minus 45. Okay, 360 minus 45 will be how much? 315, 315. Okay, so the angle here is 315. So now we have calculated all the angles. We have calculated each and every angle here from the positive x-axis. Now if you see here, it is a little crowded. That's why in another slide I wrote all these findings here. Okay, so here this is the length. AB length is how much? 65.5. So I wrote this 40 in the angle A, 40 here. Next 135 here, 75 here. So in the next slide, in order to ease yourself, like I wrote these angles here. So these are the findings. Let's keep them aside. Okay. Now let's come to the AutoCAD. So first of all, we need to prepare the drawing sheet. Okay. So where you will draw this? You will draw this in the AutoCAD. Okay. So first we have to prepare the drawing sheet where you will draw the figure. Okay. So now we will use A4 sheet. Okay. So suppose this is the A4 sheet. Okay. So generally the A4 size is like this, but I rotated the paper. I rotated the A4 size paper. Okay, and this is the landscape mode. I rotated the A4 size paper. Okay, generally it is vertical, but I keep it horizontal. Okay, so now anyone knows the size of this paper? What are the dimension? What is the length and what is the width of this paper? So the length of the A4 size paper will be 297 and the width of the A4 size paper will be 210 in millimeters. 297 millimeters length. The width will be 210 millimeters. It is the standard size. Okay. So now if I need to create, so if before starting the drawing I need to create a margin here. Okay, I cannot draw anywhere in the corners. Here in the corners I cannot draw. Here also I cannot draw. So it's better to draw a margin. So I am creating a margin here. So this is a margin. So where I created the margin? I created the margin at a distance of 5 from each edge. So this is one edge. So here the distance is how much? 5 millimeters. Here also the distance 5. Here also the distance is 5 millimeters. Here is also 5 millimeters. So everywhere, from every edge, the distance to this rectangle, the rectangular margin will be 5 millimeters. Okay. So this is the first step. Now, so what is this angle here? What is the length of this line? Here, the length from here to here is how much? So the total length of the paper is 297. Here it is 5 and here it is also 5. So the length will be how much? 287. Okay. From here to here the length will be 287 because here the gap is 5. Here is also the gap is 5. 5 plus 5, 10. So 290 minus 10 will be 287. This length is 287. Again, so what will be this height? Height of this rectangle is how much? Rectangular margin is how much? So here also the total is 210. Here 5 gap. Here also 5 millimeters gap. So total will be 10. 210 minus 10 will be 200. So from this part to this part, and the height of the rectangle or the width of the rectangle will be 200 millimeters. Okay. Now let's see the coordinates of these corners. All the corners. Let's see the coordinates. Okay. So let's take this as the origin. So origin is this is the origin. Okay. So if this is the origin, this is the x-axis, and consider this as the y-axis. When where these two axes meets, it is a origin 0. O 0, 0. This is the origin. Okay. So now, so what are the coordinates for this corner? Simply you need to go in x direction. So from here you are going in x direction. X direction how much? 297. What is the length? The total length of this paper is 297. So here it is 297, 0. This coordinate will be only there is a change in x. See, you are starting from here, you are taking the x direction. So only the x coordinate will change. It is 297, 0. Now from here, if you go upside, what are the coordinates of this corner here? It will be, so now you are taking in y direction. This is the y direction. So y will be increased here. So what is this height here? what is the width here? 210. See, we are looking at the paper now. So starting from here to here, what is the width of the paper? 210. So now this point will be 297 comma 210. Okay. Now this point will be how much? Again, if you come in left direction, it will be minus 297. Yani here the coordinate will be 0 comma 210. Okay. So these are the coordinates of the corners. Now if I make, okay, now here this corner is present, sorry, this coordinate is present in this corner. So this is the lower left corner. So if this is the center of the page, so if you go downside, it is lower, and go left, this is lower left corner. So what is the lower left corner here? It is 0 comma 0. Now this is the center. If you go right side, this is the right corner, and go upside. So if you go upside, this is the upper part. If you go right from there, upper right. So this is called as upper right corner. Okay, this corner is known as upper right corner. See, lower left corner, upper right corner. Okay, so now, so the coordinates of this point will be how much? This corner, not the paper corner. Okay, the coordinates, the starting point of this rectangle, the starting point of this rectangle is how much? 5 comma 5. Okay, this is 5 comma 5. Why? Because here in the x-axis 5 and in the y-axis also 5. Okay, now I need to make one more box inside with an offset of 5. Okay, this is one margin. So I want to create one more rectangle inside this rectangle with an offset of 5. So this is one more rectangle. Okay, so here the distance is again 5. This distance is also 5. This distance is also 5. Now after creating this line, so this is your sheet. So I need to draw my, I need to mention my name, the topic, the ID number, okay, and the date of submission and the scale I have used. So I need to mention all this information in my drawing sheet. So for that I will create some blocks here. I will create some blocks like 6 blocks here to write my name, student ID, date, etc. Okay, the other information. So now at a height of 10 from this margin, okay, at a height of 10 I will create a horizontal line. So this line is present at a height of 10. So again from this line at a height of 10, from this line at a height of 10, again I will draw a horizontal line. So now I created how many blocks? 2 blocks. This is the first block, second block. Now I need total 6 blocks. Okay, here you will write the name and here the topic. Now I need some more blocks to write the date, ID number and etc. So from here at a distance of 70, draw one line. From here at a distance of 70, draw one line. Okay, again from this line at a distance of 70 towards left, draw one more line. Okay, so now you got how many boxes? 1 box, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total you got 6 blocks where you can write the information. If you need some, if you want to mention some other information also, you can mention here. Okay, by creating one more block. So now here in this block I will write the name. Here I need to write the topic. Okay, here I can write the ID number. So this is just an example ID number. So here I will write the date of submission. Okay, and here you can mention the marks. Okay, the marks only write marks dot dot. Okay, so marks semicolon, because after your submission I will grade the marks here. Next mention the scale. Okay, whatever the scale is, you have to mention there. So this is finally, this is the drawing sheet. So everyone should follow this format. Okay, so if I will not accept any sheets which are not in this format. Okay, so it's better to save this format. Do it once and save it, and every diagram, every exercise you need to draw in this space available here. So now let's move to the AutoCAD software. Okay, let's open the software now. So now let's open the software. So whenever you open the software, you will see this window. Okay, you will see this window when you open the software. So the first thing what you have to do, you have to come here and click on the start drawing. This is the start drawing. So by clicking here, you can start a new drawing. So click here with the mouse. Okay, so when you click here, a new window will open. So now, so you will see like this, you will see this window. Okay, so here, if you see here, there is only one menu bar. Okay, there is only one menu bar. So if you need one more menu bar, what you have to do, you have to come here and click on this arrow here. Click on this downside arrow symbol and come downside and click on the show menu bar. When you click here, the second menu will appear. Okay, the second menu bar will appear. Here only one is there. Okay, only one menu bar is there here. When you click on the show menu bar, the second menu bar will be, see here, this is the second menu bar. So now you have to select the units. Okay, so in which units you want to draw your figure. So first of all, go to the format. Okay, after clicking on the format here, go to the units. Okay, click on the format, then click on the units. When you click on the units, a new window will appear. Here the precision is up to 4 decimals, so we don't need this much precision. Okay, so we can change it to 0.00. It is enough for us. Okay, 0.00. Change the precision to 0.00. Then go downside. Here units to scale inserted content. So what are the units? Which units you need to follow? So he is asking the units. So now the units are at present in the inches. So what you need to do? You don't need in inches, you need in millimeters. So click here and select millimeters. So this is the millimeters. Click here. So now you have changed only two things: change the precision and change the millimeters. Don't do any other thing. Only two things: precision and millimeters. And then press OK. So now all the units are here in the millimeters. Okay. Now again I need to format the drawing space. Here this drawing space is too big. You can draw till kilometers. Okay, because this is very big space. This is infinite space. So you need to format your drawing area, in which area you want to draw. So in which area we want to draw? We want to draw in a A4 size paper. So we need to format our area. Okay, we need to give the limits, and we need to give these limits so that it will only draw inside a A4 size paper. It will not go beyond that. Okay, so these are the limits. So we need only two limits, lower left and upper right. Then it will create its workspace here. Okay, so now go to the format. Okay, come downside and select the drawing limits. Select the drawing limits. When you click here, come downside and read this. Specify lower left corner. Lower left corner. So what is the lower left corner? So this is the lower left corner. How much it is? 0, 0. 0, 0 is the lower left corner of A4 size paper. So now click here and type 0. Okay, type 0, 0. Type 0, 0 and press enter. Press enter on the keyboard. Now when you press enter, it is asking you for the right corner, upper right corner. He is asking here, specify upper right corner. So what is the upper right corner here? Upper right corner will be 297, 210. Okay, 297, 210. So click here again, type 297, 210. Okay, type 297, 210, then press enter. Okay, so now the limits are specified. Now whatever you are doing is inside the A4 size limit. Okay, so now let's begin drawing the margin. So this is the margin. Okay, this is the margin. So the margin is starting from which point? The margin is starting from the point 5, 5. See, this is the margin. The margin is starting from the point 5, 5. Right? So now, how to draw that one? You can draw it using a line. Okay, this is a line. So we can draw that rectangular margin using a line. So now select the line command. Come here to the software. Here select the line. You can draw the lines using two commands, using line command or using polyline command. So there is a difference between these two. There is a difference between line and polyline. Even though both of them are lines, both of them are drawing the lines, but there is a small difference between them. So I will explain it later. So first let's begin with drawing the line. Okay, start drawing using the line command. So select the line. Okay, select the line. When you click on the line, here it is asking you specify the first point. So from where you need to draw the first point. Okay, so the first point is where the margin is starting from 5, 5. Okay, the margin is starting from 5, 5. So come here and type 5, 5 and then press enter. When you press enter, you will see the point in real time. See, I am pressing enter. So here is the line. This is the starting point. Okay, this is the starting point. So you can move the line upside or downside. Whenever you move it, here the angle and the length is showing here. Okay, so what is the length now? The length of the line is 12.14. Okay, 12.14 is the length, and angle is how much? 37 degrees is the angle. Okay, now again if I move it here like this, now what is the length? 12.32 and 12.32, and what is the angle? Angle is 50 degrees. Okay, so now I can freely move it in upside or downside direction, no problem. Okay, so but what I need to draw? I need to draw a rectangle. So rectangle, I don't need this type of movement here. I want to restrict the movement only horizontally or vertically. So in order to do that, there is a command called the ortho mode. Okay, so now come here, come downside. So bring the cursor here. Now see this, it is the ortho mode. So what is written there? Here it is written restrict the cursor orthogonally. So it is in off. So this is off mode. Okay, so if I on it, so this movement will be restricted. Okay, now I am moving it, I can move it freely, but when I press this here when I click here and switch on the ortho mode, I can only move in 4 direction. Okay, right, left, upside or downside. Okay, see I am on it now, clicking it here. So now the ortho mode is on. So now it cannot move upside or downside, only it can move right, upside, left side or downside. See, right side, upside, left side or downside, only 4 directions. Any 90 degrees. Orthogonal means it can only move in the coordinate axes. Okay, now see here, what is the length? What is the length we need? What is the length? So here the length of this rectangle here is how much? From this point to this point. What is the length here? It is 287. Okay, from this point to this point here, the length is 287. So now we started from here. We are here. The starting point is here. So now from here to this point, it is how much? 287. Okay. So now simply click and type 287. Simply type 287 and then enter. So when you type enter, it went beyond this screen. Okay, you cannot see the complete line. So in order to see it completely, first you have to come out of this command. Okay, come out of the line command. So how to come out of this command? You have to press escape button on the screen. Okay, escape button on the keyboard. So if you don't know where it is, look here. So in the keyboard, so here this is the escape button, if you can see. So this is the escape button. Okay, you have to type this every time to come out of any command. Okay, so now type click on the escape button, type escape button. So you came out of the command. Okay, now in order to zoom in or zoom out, in order to zoom in the screen or zoom out, you can use the scroll wheel present in your mouse. Okay, on the mouse there is a wheel, scroll wheel. You can rotate it. Okay, if you rotate the scroll wheel, it will come out. And if you want to move the screen like this, okay, you can click the scroll wheel present in the mouse. Okay, and you can move it like this. If you want to move it like this, click on the scroll button and move it. And if you want to zoom in or zoom out, okay, if you want to zoom in like this or zoom out, you have to scroll the wheel. Okay, now this is the line. Okay, so this is the line we have drawn. This length is how much? 287. Now press escape. Now I need to draw 3 more lines. Okay, one line like this and like this. So now let's draw those 3 lines using the polyline command. So click here, polyline. Okay, and come back here. Okay, click here. Now what is the height? What is the height? See here, the height is how much? From here to here. What is the height? 200. The height here is 200. Okay, so go here and type 200 and press enter. Okay, now go left side and type how much? What is the length here? It is 287. Okay, again towards left it is 287 and then press enter on the keyboard. Now come downside. So downside how much? Then 200 and press enter on the keyboard. Now again you are still in the command, still you are in the polyline command. So to come out of the command, you have to press escape many number of times till you see here all the commands are cancelled. So press escape, escape, escape like this till you see here nothing is there. Okay, all of them are cancelled. So escape, escape, escape. Now you draw the limit. So now you draw the margin. So now what is the difference between line and the polyline? So with line, it will consider this line as one part. This is as one part. Okay, and each line as one part. Whereas, see here, if I click here, see these three lines got selected. Why? Because it is considering all these three lines as one single part. All these three lines as one single part. Now, if the same thing I draw with the line command, when I click here, it will only select one line. If these three lines are drawn with the line command, what will happen? When I click here, only one line will be got selected. But now, I draw this with the polyline command. That's why when I click here, all the three lines are connected. All these three lines are connected as a single part. Okay, so this is the difference between line and the polyline. Okay, now press escape to cancel the selection. Okay, now what we need to do? We need to draw another rectangle. We need to draw another rectangle with an offset of 5. Offset means at a distance of 5 here. Okay, 5 away from here. 5 away from here. Okay, so now we will use the command, special command for it called offset. So this is the command here. When you bring the cursor here, it will show you which command it is. It is offset command. So what is the use of offset command? Read you here. Creates a concentric circle, parallel lines and parallel curves. So now here one line is there. I need to create one parallel line here at a distance. So I can use this command. This one line is here. So I need to create one more parallel line. Then I will use offset command. So now come here and click offset. Okay, click offset. So now when you click on the offset command, here it is asking specify offset distance. What is the distance at which you need to create the parallel line? Okay, specify the offset distance. How much distance I need? I need the distance 5. So here type 5. Okay, type 5 and then press enter. When you press enter, okay, and come here, now here it is asking select object to offset. Select object to offset. So which object I need? I need line. So this is the line I need. You need the line upside or downside? Upside. So if you go upside, okay, if you click here and go upside, it will create one more line. So it will create one more line at a distance of 5. Again, from here also, these are the 3 lines which are connected. So from here also I need to create 3 lines at a distance of 5. So no need to mention 5 once again. Simply click here and move it. So it created the rectangle. Okay. Now in order to come out of the command, you have to press escape many number of times. 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Okay. So now you came out of the offset command. Okay. Now when you see here, when you see this, here this extra portion is created. We don't need this line. We don't need this line because see here no line is there. Okay. So if we have drawn that with polyline, if we drawn the rectangle with polyline, this problem will not be appear. So now we draw this line separately and these 3 lines separately. That's why this problem occurred. So no problem. We can solve it using the trim command. So what is trim command? With the trim command, we can cut the unnecessary parts. Okay. Whatever is not needed, we can cut using the trim command. So here this is the trim command. So click here, click on the trim command here, click, then come on the line which you need to delete, which you need to remove. So now bring the cursor here. So now it is removing it. Okay, now it is removing. Simply click to remove it. Also come here and click. Okay, again move the screen. Okay, move the screen here like this with the scroll wheel, and I don't need this. Okay, this line, and I don't need this. Okay, so this is the use of the trim command. Okay, this is the use of the trim command. Now to come out of this command, what you have to do? Again press escape, 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 escape. Okay, now these two lines are separate and these lines are separate. Okay, these three and these three are separate. Now what I need to do next? Next I need to create one more line, one more parallel line at a distance of 10. From this line at a distance of 10, I need to create one line, and again from this line at a height of 10, I need to create one more parallel line. So in order to do that, again we will use the offset command. So go here to the offset command here, click. Okay, when you click here, it will ask you for the offset distance. Specify offset distance. How much distance you need? You need this time 10, 10. Okay, 10, and press enter. Okay, after pressing enter, you need to select the object, which line you need to copy at a distance of 10. So I need this line. Okay, I need this line here at a height of 10. So click and go upside, and again click. So one time over. Now again click this line and go upside, and again click. So you created two parallel lines at a height of 10, again at a height of 10. Okay, so these two lines are also finished now. Again, what is remaining here? At a distance of 70 from this right side towards left, I have to draw a vertical line. Again from this line at a distance of 70 towards left, I need to draw one more line here, vertical line. So now simply I can use the offset command to create two vertical lines. Then I will remove these two parts to get these two vertical lines at a distance of 70 and 70. So now I need to select one line. Okay, for that, so I need to select this line. Okay, so now press escape to come out of the commands. Escape, escape, escape to come out of all the commands. Now we are clear. Now when you click here and select offset 70, what will happen now? Because these three lines are connected, it will create an offset for each and every line like this. So we don't like this thing to happen. So now what we will do? We have to break these lines. Yani we have to break this line into separate lines. So Alhin, yani now these three lines are connected into one line, one part. So we will make these lines into three different parts. Okay, let's see how to do it. Now when you click here, these are the one part. Okay, see, when you click here, these three lines are one part. Now I am going to break it. So how to do it? Press escape. Okay, and here is a command called explode. See here. So breaks a compound object into its component objects. Yani it will break every single component into different parts. Okay, so now click here and go to the object which you need to break. Now you need to break this. Okay, so simply click here. Okay, click here, and also you need to break this, right? Click here. After selecting these two, simply press enter. So when you press enter, okay, press escape to come out of the command. Escape, escape, escape. Now check whether this is single line or not. See, when you click here, only one line is getting selected. We need this result only. So for that we exploded this part. Okay, now each line is different. Each line can be selected differently. Okay, so this is the use of explode command. Now escape. Type escape and press escape to come out of all commands. Now what we were drawing? We were drawing this vertical line, at a height of at a distance of 70 and 70. Now we will offset this line at a distance of 70 and 70 and cut the extra parts. Okay, so now go to offset again, click on the offset. Okay, now he is asking the distance, specify offset distance. So what is the distance now? The distance is 70. The distance is how much? 70. Type 70 and then press enter. Okay, so now go to the line which you need to copy at a distance. You need this line to be copied at a distance of 70. Come here and click. So one line is formed at a distance of 70. Okay, again click here and go left side and again click here. So two lines are formed. Okay, now press escape to come out of all the commands. Now so this portion from here to here it is not needed, and this portion from here to here it is not needed. So we need to remove this. So how to remove it? How to remove the unnecessary parts? Using the trim command. Now go to the trim, click on the trim command and slowly come here and delete it. And you can trim this part. Okay, and press escape to come out of all commands. Now this sheet is ready. Okay, now inside this sheet you need to write the name, the topic, ID number as described here. Okay, name, this all the things. Now how to write the text? So for writing the text here, what you have to do, simply click here and select multi-line text. Okay, click here and now it is asking you to specify the first corner and second corner. Okay, so this is the first corner and this is the second corner. When you click on these two corners, the text window will appear. Here you can type anything, you can write anything. Okay, now I am writing in name. Okay, simply write name. Okay, and select this total, and here the text height is very less, 0.20. It is in millimeters, so you will not see it. So now let's increase this to 4 millimeters. Okay, type 4 and then press enter. So it appears big, but don't afraid. Click here, click anywhere on the screen, so it will come to its original shape here. So now you can move it wherever you want. Okay, so now this is the name. Okay, if you want to copy this, okay, every time you don't need to go to the text and do this. Okay, so now if you want to copy this, simply click here, press Ctrl C on the keyboard, and after pressing it, press Ctrl V to paste it. When you press Ctrl V, it will come like this and you can paste wherever you want. Okay, so and you can change it later. Okay, so here I will write the topic. Okay, what is the topic name? Okay, again in order to copy paste, Ctrl C V, where you want to copy, here. Okay, from here you can again go little right side or anywhere you want. Okay, double click here to edit it. So this is the ID number block. Okay, now again copy this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, copy it here. So here what you will write? Here you will write the date. Okay. Next click. You can copy anything and paste it here. Control C V. Okay, this pasting is going. Okay, here you will write the marks and again here you will write the scale. Okay, scale will be 1:1. Okay, so now here you have to write all your stuff. Okay, now the sheet is almost ready. Okay, so now I need to draw the actual drawing here inside this space. I need to draw the drawing. Okay, so now let's go. So we have already calculated these angles. So here everything is there. The length is there, the angle is there. Length, angle, everything is there. So let's begin the drawing. Okay, first line. Okay, so here let me write. So here how to draw this line? 65.5 and length 65.5 and the angle 40. How to draw this? So you have to type this in the keyboard. Okay, 65.5 and this less than symbol @ so this @ symbol, the @ symbol is for the length how much? 65.5 and this symbol is for angle is how much here? 40. Okay, 40. Okay, so this is the first point AB, first line AB. You have to write @ length 65.5 less than this, less than meaning angle. Okay, angle how much? 40. So now let's begin the drawing. So this symbol, how to get this symbol? This can be written by okay, let me show you the keyboard. Press shift, this shift button and number 2. First you need to press this shift button and number 2, then you will get the @ symbol. Okay, shift and 2. Okay, shift number 2. Okay, this, let me show here. This shift and number 2, shift number 2, then you will get the @ symbol. Then you have to type the length and again after that what you have to do? Type the less than symbol. This symbol is present here. Press shift. Okay, press shift and less than, yani this button, shift and this button beside M. Press shift and this button to get this symbol. Then you have to type the angle 40. Okay, so let's start. So first of all you need to select the polyline. You can do it with the polyline also. Okay, select polyline. Okay, you can start from anywhere. So I am starting from here. Okay, click anywhere. So now see here, it is only restricted in four directions: horizontal, vertical. Okay, any right side, upside, left side, downside. So I don't need this restriction here because I need to draw the lines at some certain angles. So now how to switch off this, how to go in multi directions? So go here and click ortho mode off. So at present this mode is on, so click here to off this mode. Okay, now you can move in any direction. Okay, so now, so what is the length of the first line? So in order to draw the length, I have to type shift number 2. Shift number 2, you will get the @ symbol. And what is the length? 65. Type 65.5. And after that you have to type shift less than for angle. So angle is how much? 40. Okay, @ 65.5 less than 40. Then you have to press enter. So the first line is drawn here. Okay, now let's go to the second line. So now let's go to the second line. Second line, let's see here what is the second line. So okay, let me write again for the second line. So second line is BC, the length is 35. So here I will type @ 35 less than 135. Okay, @ 35 less than 135. Okay, so now let's go here and type shift number 2, then you will get the @ symbol. So what is the length? 35. Then press shift less than 135, then press enter. So the second line is also finished. Now again go to the third line. What is the third line? 51.75. 51.75, shift number 2, 51, shift less than 75, enter. So third line is also finished. Now let's go to fourth line. It is 20.345. Again I need to type @ 20 less than 345. 20.345. Okay, 20 less than 345. 345, enter. Next 32.270. Okay, so here 32 less than 270. Again 44.341. 44.341. So shift to 44, shift less than 341. Right? Okay, 44341, then press enter. So now 25.71. Okay, shift to 25, shift less than how much? 71, then enter. Now 50.326. 50.326, then enter. Next 50.206. 50 less than 206, enter. Now 56.315. Okay, 56.315. Now here the length is not given, so after drawing till here, simply go and click here, click on this point. Okay, now to come out of the command, press escape many times. Okay, press escape many times so that you will get out of all the commands. So now So this is the drawing is completed now. Okay, so now let's do the dimensioning. The remaining part is what? Dimensioning. Here the angle is how much? 40. The angle here is 40. So let's make the dimension. So in order to do the dimensioning, what I will do, go here, click on the dimension. Okay, I need to draw the angle. So click on the dimension and go downside and select angular. So this is the angular. Click on the angular. Now you have to come on the first line and go to the second line. Okay, this is the first line. Okay, this is the first line. Click here. Second line. Click here and drag it. You can drag it anywhere. Okay, like this, and click. Now there is angle, but you cannot see. Here the angle is present, but you cannot see. Now let's zoom it in order to see it. Okay, now I am scrolling the mouse wheel in order to zoom in. Let's see here. So now I am zooming in by scrolling the mouse. Here this is present and the arrows are also present, but I cannot see. Okay, see the arrow, and you see the number 40, but you cannot see. Why? Because it is very small. So now how to change the size? I need to change the dimension style. So click here and delete. I don't need this small dimension. Okay, click here and delete on the keyboard. Now let's change the dimension style. How to change the dimension style? Go here, click on the dimension. Again go here upside, click on the dimension. Now go to the dimension style. This is the dimension style. Click here. When you click here, one window will appear. This is the window. So what you need to do, you need to increase the size of the arrow and also size of the height. Okay, so how to do it? You need to modify. So come here and click on the modify button here. Click here. So it will bring you to one more window. So now first let's change the symbols and arrows. Click on the symbols and arrows. After clicking here, so the arrow size is very small, so you need to increase the arrow size. You can keep it like 2 millimeters. Okay, size is 2. After changing the size to here, go to text. When you go to the text height is mentioned here 0.18. It is very small, you cannot see. So select this and change to 2. This is also 2. Now go to the primary units and change the precision to 0.00. Only 2 decimals is enough for us. 0.00. Now after changing these 3 things, first symbols and arrows, arrow size must be 2. Then go to the text height should be 2. Then go to the primary units and the precision must be 2. Okay, and is 0.00. Then click OK and close this window. Now go to the dimensions again, select angular. Now again select the first line, select the second line and drag it. Now you drag it and click here. Okay, when you click here, you can see the arrows and number without even zooming. Okay, so you can clearly see this. So now we have to continue the dimensioning. So this is 85. Again dimension, angular, click on the first line, click on the second line, drag it. Okay, next 120. Go to dimension, angular, click on the first line, click on the second line, click here. Okay, now here 90. Now 90. So go to dimension, angular, select this first line, second line, and I need in this. So this is also 90, this is also 90. So whatever he given, whatever you want to show, you can show this angle. So this is 90. Okay, 90. Next, this angle 105. Dimension, angular, click on the first line, click on the second line. This is 105. Next, this angle 109. So click on the dimension, angular, this line, click on the second line, 109. Next, this angle 90. Okay, 90, this angle. So go to dimension, angular, click on the first line, click on the second line. Now you don't need this, okay, you need this 90. Now again here, this is 75, this angle you need, okay, 75. So go to dimension, angular, and click on the first line, click on the second line. This is 75. Now you need this angle 60. Okay, go to dimension, angular, this, and select second line 60. Click here. Okay, now the last one. Okay, two lines, 71 and 45. 71 and 45. Okay, so go to dimension, angular, select these two lines, click here 71, dimension, angular, select this 45. Okay, so now the dimensioning part is also over. Okay, so now after this, what I need to do? So there must be a clear difference between the outline. So this is the outline. Okay, so click here, this is the outline of the figure, and the remaining things are the dimensions. So there must be a clear difference between the outline and the dimensions. Okay, so now I will increase the width of this line. Okay, so you have to click here. Okay, you have to click here on the this one, line weight, click here and select 0.5. Okay, 0.5 mm width. So when you click here, the outline is converted to 0.5, yani it is thicker, and the remaining portions, the remaining dimensions will be thinner. Okay, so now, okay, press escape to come out of the command, escape. Okay, now I need to print this. If I need to print this in a A4 sheet, so how to do it? How to print this? Okay, so the drawing is completed now. So how to submit this? So you have to write the name, topic, ID number, date, okay, all these things, and after completing the drawing, you have to go here and click here, plot. Click on the plot, then click here on the name of the plotter. Okay, here you will have print to PDF or PDF printer, something you will have like this. So I have some special software, that's why it's showing like this, but you have other software, then you can type it. Okay, like print to PDF will be there. So select this, and paper size, you need to select the paper size. So click here, select A4 rotated. Okay, here many A4s are there. A4 extra, no. Transfers, no. A4 plus, no. You have to select A4 rotated, this one, A4 rotated. Click on the A4 rotated. Then what you want to display here? What you want to display? You want to display the limits. Click, change this to limits. Okay, after changing this, you have to click on the this one, this center the plot. Click here, center the plot. Okay, so you have to change how many things in total? 1, 2, 3, 4. After changing these 4 things, you can check the preview. So how it will come on the paper? Click on the preview. So it will look like this. So this is the A4 size paper. Okay, this is your sheet. Now cut it. This window will appear. Now if you want to print it, you can select OK. Okay, now it is plotting. It will ask you which folder. You can select any folder. You can select desktop, wherever you want to see. Save. Okay, now how you will save this? So type here exercise 1. Okay, so your ID number 20000123 your ID number and A4 sheet. Okay, so you have to type like this: exercise 1, ID number, A4 sheet, then press save. Okay, so now it will be saved like this. You can rotate and check it how it is looking. So this is your figure, okay, with all your information here. Okay, so you have to send me this through the email. Okay, this is the A4 size paper. This is the PDF. You have to send the PDF as well as the file. So how to save the file, I will show you how to save the file. So go to file. Okay, when you click on the file here, when you click on the file, it will ask you save as, or first save it. Okay, simply save. So where to save it? You can select anything. Okay, here from this drag down menu, you can select any folder, and here again type same thing, exercise 1. Okay, exercise 1, your ID number. After writing ID number, A4 paper. So this is the DWG file. Yani this file can be opened in only AutoCAD. Okay, so select save. Now this is saved with your given name. Now if you cut this also, if you cut this, you can open it using that file. Okay, now I came out of the AutoCAD. Okay, now I am going there. Okay, so this is the file, AutoCAD drawing file. So when you double click it, it will open in the software. Okay, it will open in the software again. So now you have to send me these 2 files. You have to send me the drawing file. Okay, you have to send me this drawing file and as well as the PDF. This drawing file and as well as the PDF. Okay, this PDF and this drawing file you need to send it to me. Okay, using through the email. Okay, so thanks for the